This is the plaintiff, Georgia Ray. She says she parked her car legally on the street, and the next morning there was a trampoline on top of it. That's right, an actual trampoline. The defendant should have secured it to the ground because he knew a hurricane was bearing down on the area and did nothing to batten down the hatches. She's suing for $500, the amount of damage her car sustained. This is the defendant, Joe Alongi. He says the hurricane was an act of God. And how's he supposed to be responsible for an act of God causing his trampoline to go flying through the air over his 6-foot fence and onto the plaintiff's car? He's accused of not being secure.
Okay, Georgia Ray?
Ray.
Georgia Ray, you are suing Joe Alongi,
yes,
your neighbor, for $500 in damages to repair your car when, during a hurricane, his trampoline came flying over to the yard your car was parked in. What happened?
I brought my car over to my girlfriend's house. I actually live on South 5th Street, but I live by the water. And I brought my car to my girlfriend Colleen's house. She lives on 4th Street, about 10 or 12 blocks
To get it away
north,
from the water.
To get it away from the
Okay,
water.
this is when Hurricane Irene? Okay. And so that was what? What was the date?
The 28th of August.
How long, what date did you bring the car over?
The 27th.
Okay, so just the day before you
Yeah.
thought it was going to hit. All right. So you park it there, and where do you park it?
I parked it in her driveway.
Okay. And what happened?
She called me the next morning and left me a voicemail on my sister's phone because she
Where'd you wait out the hurricane?
at my house.
By the water?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so long as the car's protected.
Yeah.
So go on. So go on.
We've had pretty good luck down there, but the cars have to be moved most of the time.
Right.
So she called me the next morning, and I had been up late with the hurricane watch out, and so I was sleeping late that day, and told me that there was
The car
damage
had been
done.
damaged.
Yeah.
And did she tell you how?
Yeah, she said the trampoline came flying over the fence,
Oh, my
and she told Joe that she didn't want to take the trampoline off until she spoke to me, because she didn't know what insurance purposes.
Okay. Did anybody take pictures?
Yes.
May I see the pictures of the trampoline on the car?
Well, Joe actually took
Do you have
the
pictures
first
of the
picture.
actual?
I have pictures of the trampoline afterwards and where I keep it. I'll
Okay.
explain to you.
Okay. Are there any pictures of the trampoline on the car?
News 12 had come by, and they had footage on that, and I tried to get the...
What if I didn't catch it? You
They
don't
did
have it.
have
You
it.
tried to get footage, but you don't have it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
and you're-
some of those pictures show the trampoline
Oh,
right
on it. Okay.
afterwards. So.
All right. Well, that was nice of you to
News
help her
12
out.
wouldn't release the information without a subpoena, Judge.
How far did the trampoline fly?
It went over the 6-foot fence.
Right.
It didn't go far. It was like maybe 8 feet, distance.
Far enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And what's this blue tarp that's there?
That was because of the window with the
You're
rain.
going to have to stock more because I don't understand. It was because of the window. Why?
The window wouldn't go down in the rain, so I had put the top over it.
And normally you drove around with a window that couldn't come up? Or-
No, it just happened.
Oh, it had just happened?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what's what?
Well, this is what happened. The day before the hurricane, I went through my yard and I secured everything that I felt could be taken by the wind. Kids' toys, chairs, things like that, put everything in the garage. Now, the trampoline, from those pictures that I showed you, was in a spot where it's behind the garage, next to a 6-foot fence, and there was a tree here. And I felt that the trampoline, it's heavy trampoline too, I felt it was secure there.
How'd that work out for you?
So the trampoline is really not secured enough. The defendant thought it was, honestly, but it wasn't, and it flies and lands on the plaintiff's car. Is that an act of God, as the defendant says?
Well, if he knows that it wasn't secure enough, and he's got 100% responsibility to secure it, so it's his fault.
But he thought it was secure. He ended up being wrong.
That's not enough.
I think he has some responsibility for it, but not necessarily for the complete value of the car.
Fair enough. Well, it's not for the full value of the car. The issue is he responsible at all for all the damage?
Yeah, if he's in charge of securing the trampoline, then that's his job.
And it's not an act of God. Say no. I'm telling you. Just go with me on this. I'm a lawyer.
No, it isn't.
Very good. Bingo. Going inside the courtroom.
How many kids do you have?
3.
How old are they?
3 years old, 7, and 10.
They gotta love you, boy. You got a great swing set, a punching bag, a trampoline. Does this trampoline though have a net? Just out of curiosity.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I mean, it did before the storm.
Yeah,
After the
okay,
storm,
because-
everything. I mean, the trampoline. I took it apart. I scrapped it. I threw it away.
Right.
You can't use it anymore. It was all torn up, kind of.
Okay, but you did have like a net that goes up when the
I had a
kids were-
net that goes up. We had the trampoline for like a year and a half.
So what happened? I presume you have insurance.
Yes, we have a homeowner's insurance.
policy. And
I
so-
called them, and I mean, when I called them, I told them what happened. They basically told me that the insurance company calls this type of thing an act of God.
What?
That's their words, not mine. I would.
No, a hurricane is an act of God.
No.
But
What caused this damage? You know.
oh, I see. So they never have to pay anything on any hurricanes?
They told.
Your insurance company has some nerve. They
by the
never
way,
have to pay. Well, a hurricane's an act of God. Yeah, that's why
I have
people
a
get
letter-
hurricane insurance.
I have a letter from them. if you
Yeah,
wanna
they're
see
full
it.
of malarkey. Let me see what. That's obscene. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, the idea, I mean, with all due respect, I know that you felt that it was secure, but the problem here is that it is very easy to secure a trampoline. For $15 to $44 in 4 seconds, I found 10 vendors who sell trampoline. It's like a big staple. They're stakes that go on the ground. That's how you secure a trampoline. I know, I'm from Florida. We have this issue come up a lot. And so there are 2 things that the homeowner could have done. I know you didn't mean for this to happen, but the 2 things are take it apart and put it in your garage also, because it's a projectile, and you cannot estimate how bad God's wind shall be. You don't know that from your position. You're really not in a position to call what's heavy enough and what isn't. It all goes in. Anything that's not attached goes in during a hurricane. And that's how you prepare for a hurricane. But at a minimum, it needs to be staked down. And you can buy these stakes, they're generic. It doesn't even, and it's in every trampoline manual to secure, tether, stake your trampoline down. So no, the reason why you have insurance is for those moments of lack of foresight that we have as a homeowner when an accident happens that is an accident, and they should be covering that, unless you don't have hurricane insurance. Maybe you don't have a windstorm. Let's see what they say. Yeah, they are just cheap. Okay? Gotcha.
I wouldn't call it personally an act of God, but they do.
No, I know. It's not. No, the hurricane is an act of God. I'll tell you what you would never be liable for. You have a tree on your yard, and a branch through the hurricane winds breaks off and hits her car. Unless she can prove that the tree was rotted, she's got to prove some duty you failed at. The tree was rotted and you didn't take care of it, you didn't do regular maintenance, something that you didn't do. Just that the tree was built by God, the wind was created by God, it's an act of God. That's where the phrase act of God comes. But when there's human intervention and a misjudgment, like I find there is here, by not staking it down, that's not an act of God. That's exactly why you have insurance. So you let him know I said that, and you let him know about the judgment in this case. All right, is there a reason why you want to use one estimate over the other? Other than that it's higher?
One is
okay.
5 and change.
They're almost the same. All right, I find in your favor the amount of the lower estimate. That's if you can get it done for that amount. And that's $475. Verdict for the plaintiff.
So the plaintiff wins this judgment here in the People's Court. Step in here, the defendant. What's your feeling? You knew you were going to lose when you came in here?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I felt I shouldn't have lost, but...
Act of God. I mean, why wouldn't you batten down the hatches when you know a hurricane is coming? Should have, right? Of course.
If we get another trampoline, we know better.
If you get another hurricane, you should know better.
Right.
All right. Head right around the corner this way. All right. So come on in here. Step in. You satisfied with what you get? You get the lower estimate?
Yes, I am.
Pretty ironic. You move your car away from the water, right? And what happens?
You get it anyway.
You get it. Yeah. Well, what's it like to get the news that, hey, there's a trampoline on your car?
It was very funny, amusing, actually, because I seen it on the, my girlfriend took a video of it.
That's your neighbor, right?
No, that's my girlfriend's neighbor. That's where I put my car for safekeeping.
Your girlfriend's?
Yeah, at my girlfriend's. I should have kept
Any
it
hard
in my
feelings
driveway.
against the neighbor?
No, not at all.
All right, over to Harvey.
So an act of God basically means that you have no way of controlling a situation, that there is a hurricane, an earthquake, something that is remarkable in terms of the force of nature. And that gets you off the hook even if your property ends up on somebody else's property and damages it. But in a case like this, it's an avoidable loss because there's knowledge that a hurricane is coming. And with that knowledge comes responsibility to secure your items to make sure that they don't cause the damage. That's why this wasn't an act of God. And that's why the defendant is responsible for the damage.